Hello, beautiful morning. First thing I'll be checking on this water level. It's a beautiful morning. The water is down. So I noticed that the water consumption, in fact, the consumption has picked up. So that means I need to increase the quantity of water I'll be adding for them. For some time I've been limiting the quantity of water I give to them because of the medications. But since the medications are already out, so I'll give them enough water. So I'll get to know their current consumption rates. So stick with me, guys, while I unfold this whole stuff. Although I'm hearing some noise before I got here, so let me just know what the challenge is. Why the so much noise? The noise I was hearing was coming from the Noiler sections. Their feet were all out, and even the water too was out. So like I said in the previous video, it's very important for you to make sure your birds have regular supply of feed and water. So the water was already out, and that's why they are making so much noise this morning. They are unsettled. Even the broilers, in fact, everything was just out. The feeds and the water was all out. The only people that still have feed left is the Abor Acre. So I will just quickly give them water because it's very important so that they don't stay out and to also avoid any mortality. So after giving them water, I will then start checking out for mortality and also adding up the feeds then. So guys, I've added the extra feeder for these Noilers. So last night I left these birds with just one feeder. By morning hours the feeds were already all out, so I had to now double it just like I normally do. So this is supposed to take them till evening hours when I'll get to top it up again. So if you notice, I've also increased the height of this water line because at some point it was too low for them. The floor level is not inclined at the same level, so this end is around their reach, whereas this end is a little bit higher. I noticed that they are still drinking water from that line. They can stretch a little bit, so which will just serve them very well. So far so good. My job here is almost done. The Abor Acres here, I've added feeds to their feeders. Some of the feeders were almost empty, so I think what I'll just do, these two down there, I'll just top it up, then my job here is done. So the birds are adding on some extra weights. They're adding some extra weights, so in the next 2 weeks I'll start selling some of them as after brooding birds. I will selling most of these guys as after brooding birds, and I'll keep more of the rostrate because these ones will give me the result I intend. But I'll still keep some of these guys for the purpose of this series. I'll still keep about 25 of these guys remaining. I'll be doing some little manipulation. I'll be reserving most of the big ones from here for my main market sales. Then maybe take out some few ones that are not growing as fast as I want from this rostrate to sell as after brooding. One of the things I do in my after brooding beds is that I don't pick out the best. I keep the best for myself when they will grow up for me to start selling, making sales quicker. Because even the people that I'm selling the after brooding beds to, they are not feeding them to eat them in a rush. Most of them intend to keep the birds for about 2 to 3 months, whereas my own target is to rear these birds to start making sales from 6 weeks. So I make sure that I keep the bigger ones amongst them. Then the ones that are a bit smaller are the ones that I'll get to sell off as after brooding. It's not like those ones are bad, it's just that their pace of growth and their struggle for feed is not as much as the ones that are bigger. So I'll just keep these big ones, and then the small ones amongst them I'll sell them off as after brooding birds. So I'm noticing now that there's a size difference between this Abor Acre and the rostrate. Reasons why is because this Abor Acre came in 3 days before the rostrate. Is it 3 days? About 4 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. That's about almost 4 days difference. So there's expected to be some size difference between both of them, of which I am noticing it now. So secondly, I will make sure that these rostrate, they have regular supply of feeds, because even the one feeder was already out before I came out this morning. So I need to make sure they have double of this feeder, because the round feeder is a total menace. So guys, my job here today is already done, and I added multivitamin to the water. Same here on this mini tank, you can see here. So this mini tank runs down this way and connects into the Abor Acre section. So because of the coiling nature, I don't have another line that returns back to this end. So that's why I'm not using a nipple drinker for the Ross 38. I'm just giving them this. So when I will be expanding this space, the bigger space where I will use my longer nipple line, that is when I will now get to use the nipple drinker for this Ross 38. So far so good. My heat level is low and I like it that way. I just want to retain it that way because the weather is a bit bright today, unlike yesterday that it was raining heavily all through the day. So today the weather is a bit calm. Even if it rains, it's not going to be much like yesterday from the look of things. And I also don't want to be firing up the heat level like the way it was before. You know, the birds are coming up a little bit more, so the necessity of having a high heat is not really necessary now, because even if I push them with more heat, it will just push them to be drinking more water. At some point, it's still not good for my liters. So the heat level is okay for now. I'll just maintain this level for the next 2 days. Then what I will do, I will just take off the heat entirely and just be doing more of only the covering, so as to just sustain the warmth that comes from their own body and the little space they are in for the next 1 week till when we act from brooding entirely. So you watching this far, I believe you are interested and you like what you're seeing. So please smash the like button, and if you're new to this channel, please do well to subscribe to this channel so as to grow the channel, so that other people get to also watch the videos just like you are watching. So follow me up on this series and watch my other videos so as to also learn more on how best to rear birds to achieve better profits and maximum yield. So see you guys tomorrow when I'll drop a new update of what's happening in ET Farms. Bye for now.